Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the live show. I hope everybody had a great day, just like XTIA had a great day. How about that one? I mean, ran like almost 200% right there. And I've been kind of telling you guys this thing wanted to pop. I've been trying to let you know. I was surprised it didn't pop a little bit sooner there. And then even today, it just looked too good to be true. I even posted about it right before I went on that small cap show, and then boom, up 200%. So there you go, XTIA. And I know a lot of you's had it because I got plenty of messages, and I'm so glad to hear so many people were jumped into it. And it's way up there. What is it at right now? Let me take a look at it and see. I got to look on mine to see what it's at. XTIA, let's see. XTIA. There you go. It's at 16 cents still. So there you go. It just popped way up there and it's looking good. So we will take a look at it. And actually, we'll just lead it off with that. So all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And XTIA, like I said, is up over 100% and it's in the top. And I wouldn't be surprised if it runs hard tomorrow morning. So keep your eye on it, but be up early to make sure that you're watching it because it's going to run up there, and you never know what it's going to do because when it run up like this in the after hours, you're not sure exactly how it's going to run by the time it hits 7 o'clock. Laptop Travel saying 100% because it's the truth. Thing could run. I'm not saying it will, but it could run to like $10 tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. and be back at 25 cents by 7 a.m. We've seen it be crazy before, and it was TNON. I was thinking of that one today, and that one ran from like $4 to $125 at 4 a.m. to 4:15, and then it was at $15 at 7 a.m. So it was you do see them run, but I'm just telling you, this thing was popping. I think everybody's happy with one that's popped up over 200%, and you should get it to squeeze some more in the morning, I would assume. So there you go, XTIA, guys. Just another beauty right there that was just set up. Like I said, you could tell that thing wanted to run, and I was surprised it hadn't done it sooner, but we can wait. That's why you have to stay patient sometimes and pick the ones that you're confident with, that you know they're going to run. Don't jump all over the place. Don't keep buying a bunch of different ones. Take the ones that you know. Maybe they pull back a day or two. Guess what? It's called a great opportunity to get better shares at a better price, get more of them. And if you're confident with it and you know it's going to do what you want it to do, yeah, they may not do it exactly when you think it's going to happen, but there you go. Because I was telling you guys, this thing wanted to run, and I mean, it clearly just popped. When they run up like that, they're good runners right there. So that's XTIA, and I knew it was going 100%. You could just see it, and boom, there you go. So let's keep on looking, and I'll give you the next one. GFAI. Let's take a look at it and see what that one's up to today. And let me just take a look real quick. GFAI, here we go. That Guard Force AI, that was up $1. We were looking at that last night, and that thing ran up today, 249 to 388, and it is at 309 there. So that was one you guys were talking about. Sent it over GFAI, and it does look like it wants to continue up in the morning and keep on running there. So keep your eye on GFAI as well because that one could keep going. And like I said, I'm not sure what XTIA is going to do, but it looks like it's going to be a runner there in the morning, early in the morning, and it could run all day there tomorrow. So just keep your eye on it. And I'm sure if you're in it, you're going to be up early because anytime they're up 200% like that, it's exciting to see what they're going to do early in the morning. So there you go with that one. OPTT is just another one. We were super early on this one. Ocean Power Technologies. We also looked at it last night. It jumped up over 50 cents today. Again, it's been running up here, OPTT. And like I said, it went 119 to 175. It's at 162 right now. So still looking good and still looks like it wants to run up some more. And it's in the top. So another one that should keep that momentum early in the morning, and just keep an eye on it, see if it wants to run the rest of the day, but it should in the morning. RIME, here's another one we were super early for. I was telling you guys guys. This one wanted to rhyme its way up. It was up over 3 cents today. RIME. What did it run? 11 to 17. It's at 15. So it was a heck of a runner, and it's up almost 40% right now, and that's at 15 cents, and it got up to 17. So another big popper right there that we were all over, and I knew that one was going to go, and it should continue to run up tomorrow. I don't see why it won't try to get to that 19 area. So that is RIME. And how about that CDT? We've been looking at this thing. It did bottom out down here at that 5 cents. It's back at 8, and it's just trying to set up right here. So keep an eye on the CDT. It's actually looking pretty decent, and actually I think it might have ran up in the after hours there. Yeah, because this only says it went to 8, and it's at 11. So it did look great, and it says its high was 12. It's at 11.7 to 12, and it's at 11. So there you go at CDT. I know we were looking at it. It was trying to get set up, and boom, there you go. It just ran up in the after hours. There's another one. Keep your eye on it for the momentum in the morning. And that one ran up. NUKK, remember this one ran like crazy before, and we had looked at it right there, right as it was starting to run up there. I don't think we looked at it in the dollar range. We looked at it, I think, when it started to move up the first time around like 9 or 11, and it shot way up there. It went to like 78 or 80 bucks, and now it's hitting that 20. It still has that curl down look. It was up today. What did it do? It ran what, 24.77 to 32.90, and it's at 27.67. And like I said, it's hitting that 20. It does look like it wants to stay right there, hold itself, and now try to reverse itself back up. So we'll keep an eye on that NUKK and see if it wants to reverse itself back up and start moving up again. And that'll be a good one because it's going to go from 28 right to 40 and keep on moving if it does it. So we'll keep an eye on that. And how about TrueGolf teeing off again today? That thing went a little wild. That thing was over 100%, 77 to 110, and we were obviously in this thing super early, down here in like the 30 somewhere, 35 probably, and it's at and like I said, it ran the 110. It's at 81 right now. So keep an eye on it. Still looks really good to me. So I think it's going to continue to run up there. TrueGolf, TRUG. So keep your eye on that one because it is looking pretty good still. And we actually hit that twice. We hit it the first time it pulled back, and I said it was getting ready to tee off. And the very next day it ran up, and then it kind of went just flat and then ran up more today. So that's TrueGolf, TRUG. And let's look at Plug, PLUG, because this one we were talking about last night, and that one popped up pretty nice today. PLUG and Plug Power. This one's not a bad little company right here. Like I said before, during COVID, this thing was way up there. I remember it was like trading pretty high between $60, $80 maybe. I don't remember exactly, but it's down here at 320 right now, but it opened at 269 and it got up to 326 and it's at 320. So it is looking good, and it's hitting that top line and looks like it wants to try to get into the top. It's set up pretty nice. We knew that was setting up right there, and that's PLUG, and that is looking good to try to keep that momentum tomorrow. So keep your eye on that one as well. And let's look at SYRS because this one's trying to set up here. It was up a penny. It was up a little bit more today. And like I said, this thing is looking really good. SYRS, what it do? 28. It came down, actually. I thought it was up to 24, and it's at 26 right now. It says it's at 26, and it does say it was down a little in the after hours, but I'm telling you, this thing's getting set up. Last time we said that, it ran pretty nice, and it could run really good here from, like I said, the 26 area up to the 80s. So keep your eye on that SYRS because it is looking good to try to get set up right there. And how about our Lion LGHL? Let's see what it was doing. It was down a penny, just kind of pulling back right there with the Lion. And let's see, it's hitting that 20. And let me take a better look at it in the after hours, see what the Lion's doing. It did run up there on the January 2nd. We know that. And just that pullback, 21 it opened at, came down to 17, but it's at 20. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't look bad at all. It was trying to get set up. I know it ran up, like I said, that January 2nd. On Thursday it did. And it just couldn't hold itself. But I do think it's trying to get set back up. So we'll keep an eye on it. Could have to come back to that MACD and just curl off of it. So we'll keep an eye on the Lion LGHL and JAGX. This thing was running up there. It was up 13 cents with one that we were taking a look at yesterday. And let's see what it wanted to do here. And like I said, it was running up. Let me look at it better on mine. And it did go 115 to 133. It's at 127, and that 20 and 50 should meet tomorrow and try to send it up a little bit more. So keep an eye on that JAGX because that looks like it's going to try to run a little bit more. And how about CTNT, the good old cheetah? This one's just been flat. It's in that channel. We talked about it before being in that channel. And just let it run around in here right now from 285 to like 325 or what was that? 325. So two hold on, what I say, 285 to 325 there. It went 297 to 320 and it's at 302. So I think it's just going to be in that channel for a few days as it gets set up, and then it'll jump up onto that 20 up there into the 330s and get moving. So that's what the cheetah looks like it wants to do. And let's look at RCAT, that Red Cat Holdings. That one was running back up and we thought it was going to curl back up there, and it did. What did it do though? It can't get past that resistance right there. It went 1320 to 1527 and it's at 1446. And it did that's the first resistance. It did touch up at the second one in that 15 area when it got up there. I think it's going to try to push its way up there tomorrow. So keep an eye on that RCAT to try to get up into the top tomorrow. It does look like it's going to try to me. So we'll say that we'll try to be a little momentum guy. And how about Uber today? That was up another $1.72 and it's running up there. It's going to hit that 50 soon at 68. I don't think it did. I think it stayed in the 66s. Oh, wait, it did get up there. I didn't even know. It got up to 69.36. Did it even say that? No, it must have done it in the after hours because on FinViz, it just says 66.97 to 67.35. Its low is 66.04, and it closed at 66.31. And this is what I talk about having accurate charting. You kind of have to know what's going on. Mine says on TrendSpider 65.37 to 69.36, and and then its low is 65.19, but it's at 66.98, which makes a big difference right there. Because now it looks like it's actually curled up and looks better after today. And on the FinViz, it kind of looked like it ran its course and was going to come down. So we'll take a look at it, but we were looking at it right down here when it was in the 60s, and now you're in the 66, almost 67 area for Uber, and that one's driving up. We'll just look at Lyft. We were looking at it yesterday, LYFT, and that's kind of a similar look. It just crossed through. It should be looking pretty good right here. And it's just in that channel now. So watch it in this channel 1434 up into like 1540 area. And it should just bounce around right there for a little bit and then try to get cruising. So keep an eye on that lift as well. And let's see, Uber. Here's the Uber chart right here for laptop travel. I'll send that out real quick. Whoa, hold on. I hit the wrong button. Hold on a second. There we go. That's the right button. And let me see. Yeah, there's your Uber chart. And again, that one's it should try to get back up there a little bit. So like I said, it looks much better on my chart than it does on this FinViz. So you got to have accurate charting. And then laptop travel I just posted his chart, which will look pretty. Definitely looked accurate. So there you go with that. And then, like I said, Lyft will be in that little channel right there. So we'll keep an eye on that. And that's Uber and Lyft. And let's take a look at CPHI, that's that China Pharma Holdings. And this one we were looking at when it was way down here too. I remember it was in the 15s. It's in 34 land right now. A couple people hit me up about it and told me it was popping. So it opened at 24 and it got up to 49. It's at 36 right now. So another one we were super early on, and this thing looks like it could continue to run up. So CPHI, another one that we were early, and just watch for that momentum. But I know a few people got into that one and we're pretty happy about that today. How about this TRNR? This thing was up like 10 cents today. I'm telling you, this thing looks really good. It wants to try to run right there, TRNR. So just keep an eye on this. It went 311 to 327. It's at 320. And that 50's up here at like 490. But it has run up before several times, and it got way up there in like 481, and maybe I thought it even got higher than that. I don't really remember. Yeah, it got to like 654 back in November 21st. I thought it got into the sixes, and it might try to get up there again. So we'll keep an eye on this TRNR, that interactive strength. It's looking pretty strong right there. So let's look at FUBU, because that one went pretty wild today, huh? And that's another one we had looked at before, but this thing just went kind of crazy. FUBO, it went 145 to 628. It's at 616 right there. I'm not even sure what the news was. Disney's FUBO deal boosters position in live TV market. So it soared like 250% when Disney deal shook up that streaming service. So there you go, Fubo. I know a few people had that too. We had looked at it before, and I did like it before. It was a pretty solid one. So there you go with Fubo. And yeah, it inks a deal right there with Disney. And there you go with that info. Thank you, Laptop Travel. And so yeah, beautiful. That's always nice when you can ink a deal with Disney. Watch it tomorrow to try to run up some more in that pre-market. It looks like it's going to want to. So keep an eye on that for some momentum there. And like I said, I know a few people were in it and we're super excited. And I was super excited for you too, because anytime you're inking a deal with Disney, you know that bad boy's running. And like I said, it ran up over 250%. So what a beauty. Love it right there. And let's take a look at CLRO. CLRO, let's see what that is doing here. That was down today. It was in the top here, just pulling back that clear one, CLRO, and it may pull back here 128. What did it say? 128 to 86. It closed at 103, and this one had run up pretty good there on January 3rd, and we'll have to see if it tries to stay in the top tomorrow. It could hit that line and bounce back up, but I'm not exactly positive about that. Although some of these communication equipment, drone companies, and things of that nature are running. We could go through some of them. I know VISL, Vistalink, I talked about that today on that small cap show, and this is at 421. It's up 28 cents today, VISL, and it is looking pretty good. It's in that channel, and this is another one of them communication equipment companies. So we can go through some of them. They are looking pretty hot right now, and that is Vistalink and CLRO, NXPL. Nextplat Corp. This thing ran up. It just bounced right off the MACD line today. It went crazy. 115 to 230, and it's at 182 right there. And like I said, it just kind of bounced really hard today, and it just got up there, and it should try to run up some more. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't run up more tomorrow. And the next plat, boy, that was before, so they had a buyback program. I don't even see anything happening today, so I'm not sure what happened, but it did pop up there quite a bit. NXPL, so keep an eye on that for the morning if it wants to run up some more. And that COEP, we were looking at this, someone had it on our list, and it did run up over $1 today. We were looking at it, like I said, and what it do, 553 to 823. It's at 718 right now, and it is looking good right there. So keep an eye on this. It had recently split on December 31st. I remember saying it was a New Year's Eve split, and it did pop up there. It's a biotech company. We were just looking at it. So watch that to try to have some momentum because it gets into the top there, and that's where these bad boys like to run, and it's right there. So keep your eye on COEP in the morning, and that RR Rich Tech Robotics. I don't know if they had news today or something, but it did run up there for a while, but did pull back. It went 451 to 607, and it came down to 387 and closed that good old 420. So it wanted to take a little smoke break and went flat right there. So we'll have to see what it wants to do tomorrow. It is set up pretty bullish, but I could see it coming back down to the 350s if it needed to. And like I said, it did dip down to the 387 area. So we'll keep an eye on RR, see if it really wants to get set back up now or if it's going to pull back to set back up. So that is your Rich Tech Robotics, and some of them are getting crazy too. Them robotics companies are getting wild, so we can look at them as well. ALLR, let's look at that. That was down a little bit today, just pulling back. It was sitting right there by the 20. And let's see. Yeah, it's just sitting right there. It opened and closed at that 104. Its high was 106. Its low was 99. And it's just sitting right there. So keep an eye on this ALLR. It isn't looking bad. It just literally has to get back up over that 106 and it can get popping. And it got up there today. It just didn't want to stay there. So keep an eye on it. It is flat. It didn't cross through the MACD going down or anything. It just stayed flat up there. And they've been popping pretty hard like that lately. So keep your eye on that ALLR and see what it wants to do. And ACON, a Clarion. This thing was up at the top yesterday or Friday it was, and today it's pulling back out of the top. So this bad boy did pull back, and what did it do today? It went 20 to 28, so it ran up first thing, I guess, this morning. It came down to 15, closed at 16, so it does have that pullback look. We'll have to see if it wants to stop and set back up at the 20. Or even stop here at the 50, but I doubt it. Could come back a little bit more. ACON, and we'll see what it wants to do right there. And let's take a look at that SVMH because that had run up the other day, and it just kind of pulled back here. Let's see. I think this thing's going to try to get set back up. They do. They run up, then they pull back and try to run up some more. And yeah, 5 to 7, and it's at 7 in the after hours. It's looking strong. And on FinViz, it's just showing it's at 5 cents in the aftermarket. So on mine, it's showing 7, and it does look really good right there. It looked pretty good to try to get curled back up, and it is apparently doing it in the after hours. So keep your eye on that SVMH tomorrow as well, because it did run before, and it's setting back up, it looks like. How about that MEGL, another one we looked at last night? I was saying they might have some magic in their empire early in the morning. Well, guess what it did today? It went 93 to 190, and now it closed at 83. So it had some magic in its empire, but like I tell you got to get rid of these things. And it did pull back lower than what it opened at. And again, it did pop up there really nice, and it's in the top. It almost looks like it's going to try to do something tomorrow. So keep an eye on it, see if it wants to run back up again tomorrow. But it definitely ran today. It looked like it was going to last night. We could kind of tell. MEGL, that Magic Empire Global, Hong Kong Capital Market Company, and it is in the top. So like I said, keep an eye on it, see if it wants to do something. But it did exactly what we said it was going to do today, and we got to love when that happens. CPOP, that CPOP, Pop Culture Group right here. Let's see what this is up to. This is running up. This could be a good momentum play as well in the morning. Good old CPOP. 132 to 162. It closed at 150, and I would say keep an eye on the CPOP. It could have a nice little CPOP in the morning. I would say keep a good look. I'm going to look at it is what I was going to say. I'm going to keep a look at it in the morning because CPOP could be popping. It's a China company running up there, just got up into the top, and again, when they get up there, they love to run like real hardcore. It's nothing that you want to stay in long for, but you take that quick pop and you get out and you make some quick money real fast. So check that one out. CPOP, we'll be looking at it. And how about CNSP? This one kind of just went a little flat today. It did, I think it did run up early in the morning though. Let me see what it did. Hold on. It did 18 to 25, so it did run up this morning, and then it came back down to 11. So I did see it. I thought it was running up this morning, but yeah, that thing came way, and then it closed obviously way below where it opened. Yesterday it was running up 12 to 16, and then today it was good 18 to 25 right there, but now it's at 12, and it's just sitting right there above the 20, and to be completely honest, that 20 and 50 could pop it up tomorrow. I can't promise you anything on it, but it doesn't look terrible. It could continue to stair step up. If it dips down, I would say, I'll tell you where, if it gets under that 10-cent area, it might be in trouble. It didn't do it today. It got to 11. So yeah, just keep an eye on this. And like I said, if it gets down to 10, it could be in trouble there, CNSP. And like I said, it ran up and then pulled back. It could set up tomorrow and run again, CNSP. So keep an eye on that one and see if it does. And how about the Big Bear BBAI? And again, we were way early. We saw this thing at like the $1.48. It's in like the 433 area right now. And it's just kind of pulling back. It did run up there on December 31st. It did have a New Year's party. I kind of remember the Big Bear running up there right around that time frame. And let's see what it's doing. 457 to 479. It's at 432 is where it closed. It's coming down to the MACD, and I have a feeling you're going to get a roll off and pop up. It does look bullish. Your 20's coming up there from like 357 area. So I have a feeling BBAI could be getting set up. I'm not saying it's going to be popping tomorrow. I think it might have to come back down to the MACD, curl back up the next few days, and then get rolling back up. Had over 42 million in volume, so the thing is kind of popular there, huh? And so that's BBAI, and again, we saw that thing super early back there in like October, and now it's cruising along. Let's take a look at PW. We were looking at this power right, and we watched it. Remember, we looked at it right here. I know exactly where. And its high was 228. Its low was 180. And the day was December 6th. People were talking about it. Just run up the day before on December 5th, and it got up to 259. And I said, let it pull back. It'll probably come back down to the dollar, 10 area or so, $1.15. It came back down. The bottom was $1.11 right there, and now it's trying to cruise back up, and it is looking much better now. It's in the 150s, and like I said, definitely curling back up, looking much better. So if you were a big fan of this PW, and there was a few PW big fans, power right, take a look at it now, because now's the time. Even though you didn't catch the exact bottom, as I said, it was at $1.08 back here on December 20th. It did kind of make a base right here in the $1.21, $1.32 area, and now it's curling up. But you'd rather know that it's actually curling up and going to get cruising rather than get it and see it bounce down like at 228 and then see it come down to that 108 and then be only at 152. I'd rather be buying it at 152 than been buying it at that 228 there. So looking much better. Keep an eye on it to continue to curl up, but that's PW, and it is trying to set up. It's been running up a little bit, so there you go with that bad boy. And GITS, another one. A bunch of people were looking at this thing, and it was kind of pulling back there. So let it come back down. It's going to hit that 20-cent area. It's at 21, maybe closer to 22, it looks like. GITS. Yeah, let it pull back, and then I'll keep an eye on it. It will get set up. It may need like 2-3 weeks. This is a internet content and information from South Korea company, Global Interactive Technologies, GITS. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, and we will catch that as it bounces off the bottom and sets up. So that one is not ready yet. PGHL was another one that had that big setup, and this thing's just kind of got flat. It ran up. What what day was that it ran up? December 27th. It started to, and honestly, it doesn't look bad. It's just flat, like I said, but not looking bad at all. PGHL. Let's see what it wants to do right here. It ran one. Is that even today? I can't even tell what it's even doing. Where the heck is it? Right there, I guess. 150 to 153 down to 133 and down, and it's at 135. It's hard to even see on mine. I'll have to look at it tomorrow. Again, it's just kind of flat. It was run up. It looked like it was trying to get set back up, but I'm not so sure what the heck it's doing. It looks like it might have been up in the after hours. I can't even tell what it's up to. I'll look at it better tomorrow. PGHL, let me make a mark on that, and I'll definitely take a look. I'm curious now. SCNX, a lot of people asked about this guy, and let's see what it's doing down here. SCNX. Scienture Holdings or something. I don't even know what it's called, but it's coming down to touch that bottom. I can tell you that. And today was probably its bottom there, 560. And it is, let's see where it's at. Is it at 570? Mine says 570. Finviz says it's at 595 in the after hours. So I don't know what the heck's going on, but it does look more pulled back than anything. And I would rather take it at that 570. Let's see right here. Yeah, see if that's a bottom. And like I said, that could be its bottom today. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And let's see. Recent price action, far from ready, but flirting with that 20-day for PGHL. Yeah, it didn't look exactly ready. Thank you, Laptop Travel right there. And like I said, it was more set up the other day when it had run up. It just didn't keep that momentum for PGHL and just kind of pulled back. It will get set up, but we'll keep an eye on it. It's just kind of flat right there. And SCNX, like I said, maybe today was the bottom. I'll look at it. It's going to tap off that bottom line tomorrow. So we'll see what it wants to do right there. And let me mark that to take a look at it. And speaking of keeping an eye on things, let's look at EYEN, that Inovia. It did run up the other day, perfect for us. I mean, the day before we said it was set up on December 30th, and on New Year's Eve it ran. That one had a New Year's party. But I'll tell you what, Inovia is trying to get set back up here. EYEN. I think it looks good again after today. And what it do today, I'll tell you. Let me look at it. It went 11 to 13, and it's in the 11s. It's at like 0.1169. So that's where it's sitting, and it's looking good. So keep an eye on Inovia again, because it's looking good to try to run up there. It's curling up and looking decent for another try to run. And let's see, it has the resistance at 19 cents this time. Last time it hit it, it was at, I'll tell you, because it got to the top there, 22 and a half. And this time, I think it may actually try to break through. We'll be able to tell, but if it does, Inovia will get moving right there. So keep an eye on Inovia, EYEN. And let's take a look at this NIVF. We've been looking at this bad boy for a few days, maybe a week or two, and it's just been bouncing around down here, kind of running flat. Let me take a look. It's trying to curl up. It's been in a good spot for like a week now, and we knew that its bottom was down there at that 24-cent area when it got down there on December 17th. We already know that. NIVF. And it's between this channel and 38 and 52. And I'm not so sure it's ready yet. That's the problem here. So we'll look. It just keeps getting curled up and bouncing around. And it almost looks like it opened and closed around the same price, 40 and 39. So just let it bounce in this channel for a day or two. I'll look at it. It will get set up though. NIVF. It's just not ready. It just doesn't look ready yet to me anyway. So I'll keep an eye on that. And WATT, good old Watt. This one ran up hardcore the other day. Was that New Year's Eve? No, December 30th. And then now it's trying to curl back up. Remember these scientific and technical instrument ones? These ones are setting up as well. And WATT is looking good to try to run back up. So good old Watt, WATT, looks like it's trying to set up to run back up, and I would take a look at that one. And I think the next one is GO, good old Go. I don't even know what that is, do I? Let's see. Go, Grocery Outlet Holding. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with it, but I'll tell you what, it looks really good. That bottom was 1504. You're at like 1631. Let me go to Go right here, and it's at 1580 to 1644. It closed at that 1631. Just like FinViz and mine actually agree on Go. Holy cow. We know it's a go if they both agree on the same price. And this thing's curling up and looking good. A little resistance there at $17, but I would say it's a go. It looks solid, so keep your eye on Go right there because that looks like it wants to go. And there you go. AGIO. How many GOs do we have here? And this one looks really good to go too. So AGIO looking pretty sweet. 3180 to 3448. It's at 34 right there. AGIO. Let me see it on here. But it does look really good right there. Oh yeah, setting up out of the basement right there, looking real pretty. It was up $1.35 or so today, but that one's looking real good to go as well. So keep an eye on GO and AGIO because they both want to go. And BC, let's see, Brunswick Corporation. This one, we can add it with the other two that want to go because this one looks pretty good. BC. It was up a little bit out of the basement today, up $1.74. It's at 66.24. Let's see what it did. 65.10 is what it opened at. It got to 67.44, and it's at 66.24. So it is up a little, like over $1 almost. From where it opened. And yeah, yesterday or Friday looks like it could have been its bottom and it's ready to go some more. So keep your eye on that BC as well because that one's looking real nice to try to run up. And how about NXTC? Let's see what next Cure is doing. This one's curling up real good as well. And that bottom was down here at what, 76 it looks like. And let's see, NXTC. Yeah, it's hitting that 20 right there. It looked like it was trying to hit some resistance. We'll just see right there tomorrow. It should break through right there for NXTC. And let's see, FDA accepts their clinical trials. So Laptop Travel saying that one's bullish. And here you go. He actually looks at the technicals or the fundamentals. I just look at the technicals. So I'm just telling you what the chart looks like, and it looks like it wants to curl up and go. And Laptop Travel is saying I just reposted it. And again, the FDA accepted one of their clinical trials. So, that's always a good sign. So we'll keep an eye on this NXTC and see what it wants to do right there. And and thank you very much, Laptop Travel. NMRK, here we go. Newmark Group. This thing's curling up really good at 1285. Let's look at this guy. Newmark looking great down here. I mean, it took a while on the 20th, December 20th. It went 11 to 1309. And then it closed. It just had like a wild day right there, and because it opened up and then it came down. And no, it opened down and went on. It's just a weird look. I don't know what the heck was going on there. Anyway, who cares? That was back then. We're looking at January 6th, and it went 1275 to 1312. It's at 1285 right now, and it's going to get rolling. Some resistance there at 1370s, but it looks pretty good to get cruising there. So keep your eyes on Newmark Group, NMRK, because that's another one looking good. And let's see how fast FAST is, Fastenal Company. Let's see what they're up to, industrial distribution. And this thing might get really fast. It does have earnings coming up, it says, on January 17th. And let's see if this one agrees. Mine says it's in like February, so who the heck knows, but we don't really care about it anyway. FAST, let's see what, oh wait, I'm not looking at, yeah, I'm lying. It is January 17th. I was still looking at the last one, and they had earnings and whatever I just said. But anyway, FAST, let's see, they have earnings coming up. and it is coming out of the basement right there. It's still in the basement. It looks like Friday could have been its low at 70, 72, and it could get cruising right here. So keep an eye on FAST because this could start to move really fast. And there you go with that one. That one's looking good as well. And let's look at grab and hymns. We'll grab some hymns. That's a crazy one right there. Somebody sent in, I forget who it was, but they sent in both of these. I wrote back, sure, we'll grab some hymns for this list. And grab holdings right here. GRAB setting up really good, curling up nice. It was up a little bit today, GRAB. And let's take a look at it. 486 to 506. It's at 493. It's in that channel, and it does want to curl up. So keep your eye on GRAB. And I'll tell you where that channel is because that's where it's at. 486 to 503. What it do? 486 to 506. So there you go. That's its channel right there, and its low is 483, just under the channel, and it's at 493. So looking good, guys, for grab and hymns. We'll look at that. Hymns and hers health. This is a household and personal products right here, and we'll take a look at it and see what it's up to. It was up 27 cents, and this thing looks like it's trying to curl up pretty good as well right now. HIMS, this one's doing the same thing right in that channel, 2661, right there at that 2852 area, and just kind of flat running in that channel. The bottom was down here at 2412, 2412, and it's at 2695. So I would keep an eye on hymns, and that's hymns and hers health, HIMS, and grab, GRAB. So you might want to grab some hymns and take a look at both of them because they're both setting up right there. And let's look at I think it's Roblox, RBLX. Roblox. That thing's looking real good to run up right there. So we'll keep an eye on Roblox. Let me see. Hymns right here. Meet me in the middle, and we both take the high road, setting up to rocket. There you go. Sorry, laptop travel. I couldn't really read it, but here is the chart right here for hymns, and I'm telling you that is looking really good. So is grab. So both of them are looking nice. I just posted the chart if you want to look at it. And Roblox RBLX up $1.46. This is setting up bullish. It wants to curl up, get up into that top. It's going to hit that 63.80 area and figure out if it wants to get over it and keep moving. But it is looking pretty good there, RBLX Roblox. So keep an eye on it. It should curl right through probably tomorrow, I'd assume, unless it's a terrible day. So RBLX looking decent right there to try to run up some more. And how about that ASST? That was run up the other day. It was a perfect assist. What was it? Friday it ran up. We looked at it Thursday night, and it did. It ran up Friday. Today actually don't look too bad. Looked like a little healthy pullback there. 57 up to 58, came down to 50, closed at 51, sitting on the 20 and not looking terrible. We'll look at it tomorrow, ASST, asset entities, and we'll see if it wants to actually continue to curl back up. But yeah, that one did just kind of pull back. It does look a little healthy, not anything crazy there. So we'll take a look at it. It could get moving again. BBLG. Let's see what BBLG wants to do. Bone Biologics, this one we were talking about yesterday. It's looking really good in that right spot. It was on the regular list and then it was on the laptop list. And we looked at it twice. It never changed in that time frame in the after hours. And today it looked good, 120 to 122. It came down to 106 at one point. It just came down to that basically underneath of the 20 right there at 108. So it came to 106 and it closed at 121. So it closed higher than it opened right there, and it's touching that 50. And like I said yesterday, this thing was looking good, and it does want to run. So you can look for all them dip and rips because they are a very common theme. They've been happening for a while. And like I said, opens at 120, dips to 106, but closes at 121. That's pretty good right there. You catch it at 106 on that dip. So that's why you find the ones that you really like and you're confident in. I told you it was going to get moved. moving. It looks good, and you find that dip and that rip, and right now you're in good shape. So that's what I try to do. I find the ones, I focus on the ones that I really like, and you find that bottom spot. You look for any dips down there, you grab it up, and then you stay patient for a couple days or a week or so, and then it starts popping, and you get excited. And then you have to remember to hit that sell button right away too, because I don't care if they run 3 days. You just can't tell. They're not all PLTRs and FFIEs that'll run 8,000%. So you have to be realistic and look at it the way you have to. And sometimes you get out of them a little earlier than you want to, but guess what? You still lock in those profits, and you have to be happy with it because, again, this is not the easiest industry or game to play. So if you're up, you're definitely doing well. And because a lot of people can't say that, I promise you, a lot of people go through a long time before they really get it together and can really go up. And like I said, I try to, you know, give you as good experience from the 20 years plus that I've been looking at it and tell you all the mistakes that are very well made and what to avoid and how to avoid them and what not to do. And again, really, I say trading smart is the most important thing. You know, I say it all the time. You can pick all the 100%ers you want, but if you can't trade them smart, they're all useless. So that doesn't matter. And so, yeah, just focus on the ones that you really like. And now I'm just trade them smart, be happy with those profits, lock them in, move it to the next one, and keep compounding them and rolling them over. I started doing it with these options, and I'm telling you, now I'm buying MicroStrategy and the freaking things are up like over $2,000 today at pop. I mean, it's insane. So I'm telling you, you can do it so easily. And I'm just trying to steer you in the right direction and take you down the right path. Again, with XTIA, I mean, just gave out a 200%er right there. So, and we've been talking about it for like 2 weeks, and I honestly thought it would have popped by now. So we had plenty of opportunity. We knew where the bottom was. It was at 4 cents. It wasn't going anywhere. And I was, like I said, I was surprised it didn't run over 100% before today. And but then it ran for 200. So you be patient, and then you rock and roll the ones that you really like. So, and again, aerospace and defense, you take them sectors that are really hot right now, like aerospace and defense and some of these other ones that we've been talking about, and you zero in on some of them sectors and really find the best setups right there. And they're generally the ones that are really popping. So, and that's what we pretty much do on the show. We pick out all the poppers. We go through a lot, but it's perfectly fine. We know it's going to run. And like I said, XTIA, I was trying to tell everyone that's a really good one set up that's going to get moving, and that's just the beginning. I mean, you know that I call them out all the time. It was a matter of hours for that one, and it ran 200%. I knew it was set up. We've been looking at it, but again, we'll be doing it nonstop. So if you feel like you missed that one, don't worry about it. You didn't miss anything because you'll catch the next one. You just keep that positive attitude. That's all you need to do, and just keep on rolling it. Never get upset. Don't get down on yourself. I honestly embrace the mistakes or the losses. I kind of take it that approach and look at it, break them down, see where I went wrong, and try not to make that mistake again. And I told you, I've made every mistake many, many times, and it's amazing that I still do it. Like I said, it's just been such a passion and a hobby of mine for so long, and then finally I got good at it. So it took a long time for me to figure out how to trade smart. I was good at the penny stocks there for a long time, and then that whole market changed around. And then I had a kid and my life changed around. I caught a brain injury. So things change in your life. And that's why you definitely have to trade and gear your trading style towards your lifestyle. So if you're not on Webull and not up at 4 a.m., I say it, you might not want to be looking at these penny stocks right now. You can catch some of these momentum ones and get lucky with them at 7 a.m. in the pre-market, and they're even running in the regular hours. But there was a time there that they were only running at 4 a.m. I couldn't even believe it. And you still see it now. I mean, there's just tons of them that run at 4 a.m. It's crazy. I can't believe what I see when I wake up at 7, or not at 7, but we hop on at 7 and we're going through them. And and I'm looking at them before that, obviously, and I'm like, man, these things are just wild. Like, who the heck is trading these? How many laptop travels are there at 4 a.m. trading these things? And apparently, there's a ton of people, so it has crazy volume sometimes, and it's a totally different market. So you have to kind of pivot and make sure that you make it fit your lifestyle and what you can do in your trading style. And that's how I kind of got into the options plays, and I love them. And honestly, I love the penny stocks and XTIA. I had to hop in that thing. I mean, I knew it was going 100%. So it wasn't like I couldn't not get into it. And so, yeah, I'll jump in a couple here and there and just have fun with them, but I'm not trading them like I used to and loading up real heavy into the money. Like I said, I bought some micro strategy options and they weren't cheap, but they definitely are paying out, so it was worth it. But again, you kind of pick the ones that you really love and you're confident with, and I don't get that crazy. Yeah, no, I had Nvidia, AMD, MicroStrategy, and there you go, XTIA. So, I mean, not a whole lot of them right there, but all of them are just popping and looking good. And when you just play the right one smart and load up on them the right amount, your profits are going to be pretty nice. So that's the mindset you want to have. And like I say, even if you miss a popper here or there, or, you thought that you were going to get XTIA today and you got something else, that one's going to pop. It happens. I can't tell you how many times. It still happens. I'll look at two of them and be like, man, they're both going to run. And if you don't buy them both or put a position in both of them, and you buy the one, I say it all the time. It seems like the other one's going to pop. So it happens to me all the time. And again, then I laugh about it. I just go, oh, there you go. That one pops, and now I just got to wait for mine. And it is what it is. So you're not going to pick them all perfect, and they're not all going to do exactly what you want to do. Sometimes you'll catch these patterns and these runs. I mean, we've been pretty hot for a while now, and honestly, I think it's the consistency of the show, and honestly, all you guys that listen and send them in, we just see every single stock that's going to pop and everything that's set up. So I just go through them and tell you what looks good and what doesn't. And so the most part, you guys are making the list. I just cruise through it and just like I said, blessed with a skill that I can look at these things and I enjoy it. It's a good time. So we're all going to have fun making money. I can tell it's a lot of people already doing it, and we just started the year, and I know a lot of people hit a couple big poppers today. So keep posting them messages and sending them because I love it. Like I said, it keeps me wanting to keep doing it. That people are actually, locking in these profits, seeing these things the smart way, trading smart, not getting crazy and buying 10 of them and like they were. And like, hey, you know what? Let me just focus on two. And now it's really working out and people are really starting to see what's happening. And again, it could take years to get that. And that's why I tell you, the mistakes that you don't want to make. So I just try to guide you in the right path, down the right path, and make the right decisions. Obviously, you're not going to make 100% right. Nobody is. So if anyone ever tells you that they're always right in this, you can just laugh at them because, and again, no one even knows where the tops are. Sometimes they get a little easier to see, but you just never know. I mean, some of them catch that volume and that momentum, and they just blast off, and you just don't know. I give you the story about FFIE that went to 8,000%. I sold most of it at 2,000%. I thought that was insane. So you just don't know all that. You just really never know. We see the bottoms, you can see them, but the tops, they can do whatever. Once they start moving, they start moving. And like I say, with the penny ones, someone has a huge position and they decide that they made enough right there. And that's where they're good and confident and comfortable with, and they're selling it. It's going to dip. So you just don't know who has that big position, the big fish right there, and what they're going to do in their mindset. So you got to play them, and they're volatile. So you got to play them smart and think about them things ahead of time. So just a little insight right there. And I know a lot of new people checking out the show, and I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, send over the stock tickers. We look at everything. and break them all down. And we go through a lot. We mark up our watch list. We have a great watch list. I mean, every 100%er that's run has come from. We've definitely had them on our list. And but yeah, you're not going to want to trade them all. Believe me, you can't trade them all. You don't want to. You take the ones that you love, that you're confident with, and then when I say love, you love the charts and say, you know what, this thing's going to be popping, and then you run with that one. And again, it may not XTIA. I'm surprised. Like I said last week, I was like, this thing didn't pop yet. I mean, I thought it was going to be gone already. And then today, 200%. So you just never know. Sometimes you can tell. I knew today I could see it. I was like, this thing, if it doesn't run now, you might as well get rid of it because it's not going. I mean, it looked like a volcano that was about to erupt. And I'm like, if it doesn't erupt here, it might not erupt, but it did. And so, yeah, just a little insight on what to look at. And again, don't beat yourself up. And you should be trading with money that you can obviously afford to lose and trading smaller on a small scale on these, getting in and out. So don't beat yourself up if you make the wrong decision. Learn from it and say, hey, what did I do and how do I correct it and not make that decision again and or make that mistake. So just it's a really tough industry. And if you try to beat yourself up, you'll get the wrong mindset. It's really about mindset doing this. And you just got to keep that positive attitude and not worry about it. Sometimes the market runs down. We're in a hot streak right now about to change administrations and things are about to be popping. So sometimes you have a down market. We'll even see it and still now them. So that's just a little insight and something to look forward to there. So there you go. And I think Laptop Travel, did you want to say something there? I'm not sure. I saw you raising your hand up, but if you did, let me know. And we'll just keep on cruising right through here. But yeah, that's just a little insight right there. And again, just take it in stride and don't overdo it. Really, I think over trading is one of the biggest mistakes that you can make and the biggest way to lose money. I honestly think just trying to stretch yourself too thin. If you're that confident with this one, just go with it. Why go with 5 or 6 of them when you like this? You know what I mean? Obviously, as you get better and more confident with your trading skills, then you might juggle 3 or 4. Look at, I told you which ones I have, and it's not a big spread, honestly, and they're real easy ones. And like I said, I got more into the options now, so yeah, you have to put up a little bit more money for the big caps and the micro strategy, and it's fine. I've worked my way up to that. I've told you that. I wasn't my first micro strategy ones. They were expensive. I was like, I ain't trying this. I don't even know what the heck I'm doing. I ain't losing that much money. I was confident this time. I know what I was doing. And so we're rocking and rolling with them. And again, I've been experimenting and just telling you guys what works and what doesn't. And I'm pretty confident now that I figured out, where we got to be. And even like factoring in holidays and things of that nature, you got to be an extra week out when you know that things are going to be slowed up. You got to make sure that you factor them into the expiration. So, definitely, a lot of things to think about, but I think I got it down pretty well. No one's going to do them perfect, I can tell you that, but I think we just focus on the couple that we know are going to be popping. And I was saying this at the beginning of the year and towards the end of last year. We just focus on them ones that are really going to be popping and the highest profit percentages or the best runners for them days. And yeah, you just attack them and you lock in those profits and every single day there's always poppers, so you don't have to worry about looking at them like you want to stay in them forever, because if you look at it that way, that's when you miss the next popper. And I had to try to train my mind like that, because again, that sell button's hard to hit. Options make it way easier because you have that expiration and you almost want to sell it a week before there is what I found best for me, honestly. And you really hit some pretty good percentages, because if they do start to dip down, they'll dip pretty good as it gets closer to the expiration. So You just have that mindset that, hey, if I hold this thing, I'm going to prevent myself from the next popper. And maybe it didn't run as high as I wanted it to, or did what it didn't go 100% or whatever. I'm fine. The profit's profit. Let's roll and just keep on cruising with them. And even if they pop after you sell it, it pops after you sell it. But that's just the way I look at it, and just a little insight. TRIB. Let's get back to our list. Good old Trib. I'm sitting here staring at this chart. It looks pretty nice. It's just curling up right here. TRIB. And yeah, 90 to 106 and looks solid. So take a look at this tomorrow. That's looking really good. TRIB should have some momentum there. And LICN, let's look at that. That Lichen China thing. I was actually looking at this. I was going to say this one does look familiar because I was looking at it today. I've been watching this bad boy. So let's see what's happening here. And oh, there it is. TRIB. The WHO endorsement for HIV testing kits. So there you go. That's up with that Trib. Sweet. There you go. And all right, I like that laptop travel. Thank you. Whoa, I almost just dropped the phone. Perfect. So yeah, that's a pretty good one for that. So keep your eye on that bad boy for sure on TRIB. Did it say it? I'm just going back just to see if it. I didn't scroll down to look at the news. I'm just curious. December 24th, so it does not. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on that because that's some good news right there for them and should get it to start moving. LICN, like I said, is that Lichen China one. I was looking at it. It started to get right in that right spot. That 20's coming down. The 20 is at 21 cents, and this is at 18, just kind of flat right there. I've been keeping an eye on it because I think this one's going to be one of them like poppers right there. Keep your eye on this thing. It's getting right there. It's getting really close, guys. So I'll let you know when it's right there because it's going to be, it could be around tomorrow. It's going to kind of be a little off because Thursday the market's closed in honor of Jimmy Carter's death. So it's going to kind of throw things off because the market wasn't supposed to be off. Not that I mean the holidays still throw it off, but you just have coming off of two weeks of holidays, and then we were supposed to have a full week, and then you have a day off on a Thursday, and then have it back up on a Friday. Just a little weird. So we're gonna have to just play that in to factor that into our plays here and what we're looking at. And that's all. I'm just looking at this and it's right there. I mean, whether it happens like Wednesday and then Thursday's close, it's going to be a weird one. So not the end of the world. We'll obviously know what's popping and what's not, but it's right there is what I'm saying. So I'm keeping an eye on it, and I was looking at it today, and we'll keep an eye on that bad boy because that one could be a big popper there. TANH, let's look at that one. This one looks like it does want to try to run back up into the top. It was in there not long ago, just the other day. It's been running up like 19 to 27, 26 to 28, but then it went 20 to 27, and then 21 to 23, and then 22 to 27. So maybe tomorrow's going to be a smaller day, and then it's going to get cruising again. But no, it looks like it wants to run into that top tomorrow. So keep an eye on it. If it gets up into that top, you know it'll run. That's TANH. And good old B Hat here, that Blue Hat Interactive. This thing took a nice dip today. I don't even know why. I saw a couple people mention it. Let's see. It said Blue Hat, and now they had a direct offering. That's why 4.4 million registered direct offering. That'll kill it right there. So it had run up. I remember on New Year's Eve, and it was looking really good right there, sitting on that 20 on January 3rd, 2nd and 3rd, yeah, Friday, and then today throw in a nice direct offering and kill everybody right there. So it did take a nice dip. B Hat, let's see, 15 down to 8, and it's at 10. So let's see what's happening with that thing. And it's Blue Hat falls after pricing a 4.4 million registered direct offering after the news. We went in deep, should have a nice bounce. So there you go. Laptop Travel's liking it. I was just looking to see it's going to hit that bottom line, and I think it may actually crawl off that MACD right there. So might not be too bad to be honest with you. So we'll keep an eye on that. And that is at BHAT. And the offering was supposed to close tomorrow, but likely already closed, Scott said. So thank you, Scott. So yeah, they had a stupid offering. I hate when they do that, but it always drops the price down. And again, if you're not in it, it's a great thing. And if you're in it, you're like, damn company with the damn offerings. They did it to CETX and another company that I think the day before that they had both popped up, and then both of them had offerings that dipped. I remember it, and they had both looked perfect, just kind of like this. So that's another thing with these penny ones that you got to be careful with. There are these reverse splits, direct offer. Usually reverse split you get like 10 days notice. The direct offerings and stuff, they just do it, and these things just drop. So they usually will set back up. You just end up having to either wait for it or average it down when you know it's ready to pop back up. You can get back out of it. So that's one of them things again with the penny stocks you have to be careful with, that you don't really have to worry as much with the big caps, but they've been taking some nice dips too, so they can definitely do it as well. They just won't like do a direct offering like that. So that is B hat with the direct offering today. And ADTX, this thing was down a little bit. It's still in the basement, and this is another one, guys. That's I don't know what it's waiting for, but it should get rolling. Just watch for it to get right over this. Now it's what, 26 cents. It's at 20 cents right there, right below 20, and the 20 it's at 20 cents, and the 20 is at about 25 cents right there, 25, 26, and yeah, this thing, I mean, I'm surprised it's still in the basement. Again, it reminds me of that ALLR, which was on the list today. And that thing was way in the basement, sort of like this for months. This thing got in literally back in August, like the end of August, and we're still in the basement. We're in January. I mean, that's crazy, guys. And remember, ALLR popped out and that ran over 100%. This one will do it. It's just a matter of when. And like I said, I thought it was trying to get set up there to try to do it. Give it another few days. ADTX, we'll see. But it shouldn't dip any harder. I mean, it's right there. So we knew where the bottom was for the most part. It was, I'll tell you right here. I mean, it's not too far lower. It's at like what, 18 cents, and we're at like 19 and a half. So it wasn't much off. And so yeah, it should try to get bumping unless they try to do the same thing and throw a direct offering in there. It's already split in October, so it's not going to do that. And that's ADTX, and we'll keep an eye on that one. We've been watching it. GCTK. Let's see what they're up to. Glucotrack. This one took a nice dip today too. I don't know what happened here. It didn't say anything, but they took a nice dip for sure. Let me just take a look at it. GCTK. And yeah, that's a nice dip for out of nowhere. 29 down to 14. It closed at 15. And honestly, it doesn't look bad. It looks like that could be a nice dip and rip. So keep an eye on that for maybe a little pop off of there. GCTK. And let's look at VNTH, I believe I wrote there. VNTH. Let me see what that. I don't think so. I don't know what the heck I wrote. Hold on. What does this even say? VN, that's what I think it says. I don't see anything. Let me look and see if it's on the other one. VNTH. It's a, this is a crazy one, huh? Let me take a look at it. This one is crazy. VNTH. Yeah, this one is at that. Is this the one that we looked at yesterday? And I was saying it just says like 0%. I can't even tell what it does. I need to just, I'll send out a screenshot of it. Actually, it stopped on January 3rd, so it didn't even do anything today. I have no idea what's up with this thing, to be honest with you. VNTH. Definitely an OTC, but it doesn't look, it looks pretty crazy right there. So I have no idea what it's doing. And how about AITX? Maybe that's an OTC too, artificial intelligence. That one looks like it might have actually ran the other day. What did it do today? Oh, I think it popped up to, yeah, these are like under pennies, like 0.003, and then it ran up today to 0.005. Again, I can't really tell if it wants to run up some more. It did run up today, but I have no idea what that bad boy's doing. So that's them too. And again, they're OTCers and they're just hard to tell. I did look around, but it's just hard. I like to look at the certain setups and like certain ones like that. You just still can't even tell what it's doing. So certain ones you can. There's certain OTCers that are like in the $30 range. You can easily tell with them, but something like that they're under a penny, they're just really tough to tell. So I'm not exactly sure. I wish I could tell better. Some of them run like crazy sometimes, but I just never been good at them OTC. So I just decide not to touch them. So there you go with that. And like I said, I'll try to look at them. And if they give me a look, I'll let you know. But I just can't tell with them. SOBR, let's look at this one. That's at Sober Safe. And let's see, a scientific and technical instrument. It's crossing up. It's still in the basement. It's been basing out. I remember it did run. It was set up nice on the 19th and ran real good. Let me see what it wants to do. It's curled up, running flat there. And this sector's been running. The 20 is up here at like 206 and we're at 97 or 103 somewhere is at 103. So let me look at SOBR tomorrow. It doesn't look like anything crazy right there. So I'll take a look at it and see what's going on. CMND. Let's see what CMND is doing. Clear Mind Medicine. Let's see. That was up 9 cents. This one we've been looking at and it was moving today. CMND. And it does look pretty good, 156 to 175. It closed at that 156, so it opened and closed at the same price, but it still looks good to curl up some more. So keep an eye on it. I like it right there. It does still look good to me. And we did look at C-Pop. I don't think it's going to change any. And it was up 30 cents. It's in the top, and I'd watch for it to pop in the morning because it looks like it could. LIPO, let's see what that's doing. That Lapella Pharmaceuticals. This one had run way up there. I remember we were looking at it, and it started running like crazy, or is that a different one? I don't know. This one doesn't look like it ran up like crazy, so maybe I was thinking of something different. Wasn't there another one, Lapella something? Maybe I'm wrong. I have no idea, but this thing is curling up right here. Let me see. LIPO. Which one am I thinking of? Because there was definitely something similar to it. But anyway, today 309 to 370. It's at 349. And like I said, it looks really good right here. LIPO. There's a lot of room to run. Looks like what? The 200 is at 413 and it could just smash through that. So it looks like it wants to get to the top and run. I would say take a good look at LPIO because it looks pretty good right there to try to run up. So take a look at that. And LITM is Snow Lake Resources. And we've looked at this before. It was in the top. It looks like it's trying to curl back up actually. So take a good look at LITM. It went 97 to 109 down to 90 and closed at 97. Has that crazy look, but like I said, it does look like it's trying to curl back up. It had run up to 188 area right after Christmas time. So keep an eye on that one, LITM. And here you go with that one. Laptop Travels posted the chart for that. So I'll let you have that bad boy right there. And let's take a look. We'll roll right through these bad boys, and I'll go through the messages in a minute. GCTK, let's see what that's doing. That's at GlucoTrack, so I have a couple on here twice. That one, CPOP, GCTK. How about rap? Let's look at rap. I can't even spell. Well, you do spell rap, RAP, but this one's WRAP. Like we're gonna wrap something. Rap Technologies, and I know Laptop Travels liking this one. It is making a base up here. The 20 is curling up. It's not looking bad. It is curling back up into that top area and looks pretty good. 208 to 226. It's at 210 and doesn't look bad. So yeah, I would say take a look at it, see if it can break through into the top tomorrow, and it'll look really decent right there for RAP, WRAP. So there you go with that. And NNE, Nano Nuclear. This one's getting cruising again, guys. It was up over $5 hours today. NNE, I know we looked at this before, 27.45 to 32.67. It's at 32.47 and looks pretty good to try to get back up there to that 34 area. So keep an eye on that NNE. That looks like it could have some momentum right there. And I believe it's PSQH right here. It is PSQ Holdings. We were looking at it, just kind of pulling back. I think it's going to make a basic curl down. I don't know. This thing looks kind of odd. PSQH. Let me see. It's over to 20, pulling back right there. I would, I really don't even know. I would look for some pullback, is what I would say. But at the same time, it looks like it wants to bounce off that 426 area. So it didn't get down that far yet. Watch it tomorrow. See if it has any pullback down there. And we'll take a better look at it. PSQH. I'm going to mark down the look at this bad boy so I can get a better idea what it's even doing. It is an interesting look for sure. It looks like it could bounce real easily, but it's not showing it, but it looks like it could. CNEY, that's CN Energy Group. We've looked at this. It was running up a little bit today. Let me see what it's doing here. CNEY, and it went 39 to 41. It closed at 36. It's just like cutting that 50. It's trying to get moving. So I think it was trying to run up and like lost momentum. Had 1.95 million. Not bad. I would take a look at the CNEY Specialty Chemicals from China, and it looks like it's trying to set up there. That MSS we looked at just the other day, and it was getting set up. It was down here on that line at like 109 area. It did finally pop up today here, MSS, and it ran 131 to 208. It's at 168 right now, and it could get moving some more. We'll have to look at it. It's in the top. It's one of the ones that could pop up in the morning and be a momentum play, but it'll probably be an early one right there. And OMH, we looked at this one before too, and this one was set up. This one ran Friday. I don't think we looked at it in the last few weeks here, but we were looking at it. Today it went 51 to 52 down to 44, and it closed at 46. But on Friday, it went 42 to 52 and closed at 49. So it did look pretty good, and it does still look pretty set up. So it could just be some pullback, and it didn't get up into the top yet, and it might try to still get into the top. So that's one we can keep an eye on. OMH. And LMT, what a nice dip for Lockheed Martin. Perfect dip right there. I loved it. Earnings are coming up on January 28th. This thing went into the basement again. I'm honestly surprised. I never picked it up yet. I was still waiting because it was still just teetering around. You couldn't tell. And I was so happy to see that today. I was like, yes, that's a beauty. So we're going to look at that and see if it wants to bounce off of this like 463 area. It's at 466. LMT. So Lockheed Martin, like I said, really nice dip right there, and just kind of hitting that MACD line back into the basement. I could see it trying to pop back up tomorrow, try to bounce a little bit. So keep an eye on it. I'll be watching that one for sure. NOTE, good old note, Fiscal Note Holdings. This thing's setting up. It is looking good. It was up today, and it's looking pretty solid right there. NOTE, 133 to 146, and it closed at 142 right there, and it's curled up looking good. This could be a good note right here. It is setting up, I'm telling you. So keep an eye on that NOTE. It's looking real good right there. And let's see. Let me see what we have right there. It's, Laptop Travel said blue skies ahead for CNEY. So there you go for Laptop Travel. And like I said, it is a, what I just say? It is a nice little setup right there. So keep an eye on it, CNEY, that energy thing. Is that the one? Let me see. Yeah, that's sitting right there. I'm telling you, right on that 50. So keep an eye on that bad boy. Note looks good right there. And ZJK, I don't know what this is. ZJK Industrial. I looked at it real quick, and it just started not long ago. It just fired up, it seems like, on September 30th. But I'll tell you what, it looks pretty good right there. ZJK. Like I said, I'd never heard of it or saw it before, but it was fairly new, and it's at 9:39, and it went to 15:03. It closed at 11:33, and it is looking good. So I would keep an eye on ZJK right there. And how about PBYI? Let's see PBYI. And then I'll go through the messages. We'll see what you guys want to see. And then I'll look at our laptop travel list and we'll do our crypto and our big caps and everybody else that we usually do. PBYI Puma Biotech is looking great. That thing shot up today and it's looking good to continue up. PBYI. And yeah, 303 to 377. It's at 372. And this thing could start running like a Puma tomorrow. So keep an eye on that in the morning as well, because that's looking good. PBYI. And let me see. Actually, I'm just going to run through the laptop travel list because there's not even many. There's probably less than a dozen there. And we can do them fast because they're always set up right there and looking good. So we'll cruise right through. So let me know what you guys want to see after this. And we'll go through the messages. And then we will take a look at our crypto, which was looking really nice. And our big caps, which are looking great. And everything else. ARMP, ARMP. Armada Pharmaceuticals looking good right there. Just crossed through, curling up. ARMP. Let's see. Yeah, right in that channel finally. It was below it, but now it's there. So 207 to 221 is probably where it's going to try to run around tomorrow. So keep an eye on it to do that tomorrow. CASI. Cassie Pharmaceuticals. This one's going to get popping, guys. So keep an eye on Cassie, CASI. It is getting set up right there. 312 to 314. Took a nice dip to 268, and it closed at 308. So there's your little dip and rip look right there, and it does look good. CELU. We looked at it yesterday, and it stayed right in that channel, like we said. It went 230 to 234, down to 218, and closed at 226. And you probably have another day or so in there, and then it's going to try to get moving. So keep an eye on that CELU right there because it is going to get set up. You can see that. That's going to be a nice setup right there. Nice little pop up. COSM, Cosmos Health. This one was just a little flat right there. COSM. And yeah, it just popped up out of the channel a little bit. So keep an eye on this. This one's going to try to get set up relatively soon, probably in the next few days. And again, that Thursday off, I keep saying it and thinking about that. So I'm like, because that one could be right around there and then it gets thrown off a little bit. We'll keep an eye on them, obviously, but it is getting set up and they will run. DAC, just a little pullback today. Let me see what it did. DAC. And did pull back. 82.44 down to 79 and 79.48 is where it's at right now. So we'll have to see. It went right into that channel. So it's not nothing terrible, but did just kind of pull back. See if it bounces back tomorrow right there. LE, Land's End. This thing's getting set up. It's curling up real good. LE. And yeah, it ran 14.12, actually down to 13.52. It's at 13.84. It's on that 20 right there and looks really good everywhere. So keep an eye on LE right there. And MURA, Mural Oncology. This thing is trying to hit the line. It did pop up a little bit. MURA, let me see. 343 to 350. It closed at 340. It's hitting the line, hitting the 20, and try to get it up here to 345 to like 356 is that channel. It gets in there and tries to get out of there. It could get running for MURA. NGNE. Neurogene, this thing's getting set up. It's at 2390, and it's just kind of flat right there, but looking pretty good. NGNE. So keep an eye on that thing because that one's definitely getting set up right there. Looking good. OMGA, Omega Therapeutics. And this thing's curling up. It did hit that resistance up there at like 95 cents at 96 right there. OMGA. And that one's getting into that channel. Could continue to run. That channel's 88 to 97. And it does look pretty healthy to keep them running right there. OMGA. So keep an eye on that. PMCB. That is Pharmacyte Biotech, and that one's just flat right there. Let me see what it's up to right here. PMCB in that channel right there, which is 162 to 170. It went 163 to 173. It's at 163 now. So watch it in that channel, and it'll get set up right there for PMCB. And let's take a look at that SST System 1 Inc. This thing's looking real good. Keep an eye on this tomorrow. It ran up a little bit today. Let's see if it did in the after hours. SST. Let's see. It did 90 to 104. It closed at 95, and it's looking pretty good, guys. So keep an eye on that SST. Looking pretty solid. THRD. Let's see. THRD, third harmonic bio. And this thing's just about to get curled up and start moving. And that is THRD. And it did go 1107, 1163. It closed at 1117 and does look pretty solid right there. That is third harmonic bio. Maybe they're going to play another harmonic on their way up. So keep an eye on that. And Tree, let's see what Tree's doing. Good old lending Tree. That one's getting set up right here. You can see that. Good old Tree. This one, come on, lending Tree. Pop up here. Here we go. Yeah, Tree is looking good. It went 38.01 to 41.20. It's at 39.87 and looking decent right there. So keep an eye on good old lending Tree right there. And let's see right here what's coming up next. I can't even read what I wrote. Is that a T? I think it's TXMD. Yes, it is. And that one was just kind of pulling back. Let me see. TMXD. Let me look at it. TMXD. Oh, is that what I even said? TXMD. I'm sorry. TXMD Therapeutics MD Inc. Let's see what that's up to. That one's kind of just pulling back. It just run up there on Friday. It got back into that channel right there. So we'll have to look at that and see if it's going to pull back anymore. And I think that is YQQ, maybe, maybe not. I don't even know what I wrote there. What did I write there? Laptop travel. I'll look at ZEP, ZEPP. I'm not even sure. Was that YQQ? Because there's only a YQQQ, and I don't even remember even writing. See it. Is it? I don't even know what I wrote. XQQ, that's definitely not one. I have no idea. But ZEP, ZEPP, let's look at that one because that's curling up really good right there. It was up a little bit today, just kind of flat. It looks, but 297 to 305. It closed at 298, so it closed a penny higher, but looking real good there for ZEP. And there you go. Oh, it's YQ. Thank you. And ZEP, we played that once, and let's do it again. I do remember that one. And YQ, let me check it out. That's what I wrote here. Oh, it's supposed to be YQ. I just put two Q's there. So there you go. It's supposed to be YQ. Not an X, that's a Y. And YQ right here, 17 Education Technology or something like that. And let me take a better look. Yeah, that one's curling up pretty good. It's going to hit that 50, but it looks really good right there. I think it popped up a little bit. YQ 161 to 195. It's at 193. So yeah, that one's popped up and looks pretty solid right there for YQ. And there you go with our list and our laptop travel ones. Thank you very much. And let me go ahead and see what you guys want to look at because there's a bunch of them that we'll look at real quick. Don't really have to be real quick, but we'll just check them all out, tell you what they look like, and then we'll go ahead look at our crypto and our big caps and everything else. Let's go over. Can I go over COEP again? Yeah, I can do that. No problem. It was running up. Actually, this one's about to get into the top. I could see this trying to be a momentum play in the morning. COEP and COEP. Let me type it in right. And here, yeah, I could see this popping up in the morning. It looks like it's just about to get into the top, and they do like the run up there, Drewski. So keep an eye on it in the morning. That's COEP, and it did close at what 718. It ran 553 to 823, and it's at 718 right now. And does look like it wants to run up some more. So there you go with that one. Let me see, YG. NVAX, you got it, Jennifer Lee. Let's look at that one real quick. NVAX. Oh, that one's looking real good right there. NVAX take a look at this bad boy because this one's looking real good right there. Let's take a look and see. It went 918 to 1015, and it's at 1013. I would say you got a nice momentum play right there, Jennifer Lee, and you know that them momentum plays quite well. So there you go at NVAX. I like that for sure. Look at that in the morning. Um, CRKN, that's a good one we were looking at before. Let's take a look at it and see what's up with it. CRKN. Let's see right here if we can see what's happening with CRKN, Crown Electrokinetics. And this one surprises me that's still in the basement. It did try to run up the other day. Remember, what was it, New Year's Eve there? It does look like it's trying to curl up right here, CRKN. I would keep an eye on CRKN. That's looking good. We should add that back to the list right there. CRKN for you penny guys. It's looking pretty good right there. And JTAI. JTAI. Let's see what Jet AI is doing. I think we were looking at it the other day. It did run up not long ago on December 24th, right before Christmas on New Year's Eve. And let's see what this Jet AI is up to. JTAI. It's on that 20, just kind of running flat. I could see it trying to bounce off that MACD. Let me look at Jet. Keep trying to say both of them. Jet AI, JTAI. Let me look at JTAI in the morning, and I'll tell you what it looks like because it will be better to see what it tries to do tomorrow, and then I'll be able to tell you a little bit better right there. Yes, sir. So there you go with that one. And NGNE, that one was crazy full of potential. I'm not going to argue that. And let's take a look at let's see what else is going on here. There's Cassie. Boom boom, just scrolling down, seeing if I missed anything. Boom, see any 15 minutes CLRO stocks tradesman 100. Let me take a look at that one. I forget what we said. Isn't that clear something? Clear one. Oh yeah, this one I said this one we'd have to look at probably in the morning. It was coming down to that top line, and you can't really tell if it's going to bounce back up. To be completely honest, it went 128 down to 86, and it's at 103. If I had to take a best guess, I would think it's going to come out of the top, but they've been stopping up there, and especially when they don't come down, like today, it could easily bounce back up tomorrow with a decent market. So I'll take a look at CLRO in the morning. I'll write it down right here. CLRO. Remind me in the morning, and I'll definitely take a look at it for you, and we'll see what it looks like right there. Let me just keep on scrolling through and see what's going on. I'll post out all the laptop travel ones real quick. And then the markets are closed. You're right, January 20th. So not only are we closed on Thursday the 9th, we have a full week, and then we close on the 20th for Martin Luther King Day. And so there you go with that one. So we'll have another day off right there. I think we got to all of them. Let me see. B hat, ENVB. Let's look at that, Luis Rodriguez. ENVB. Let me see what that's doing. ENVB. Enveric Biosciences. This one's trying to run up to that top area too. ENVB. I could see this trying to. It went 44 to 48 down to 30 at 33. Am I even looking at the right ones here? Wow, that looks like a totally different chart to me. What a 34 in the after hours. It doesn't show that big dip. This one pulled back in the after hours, didn't it? So let's look at that tomorrow. To be honest with you, it could bounce right back up. It looks like it might want to. It was about to hit that top line, and then it just came down. So let's look at that. Remind me about that one tomorrow, Luis Rodriguez. And LIPO is one of Sal Goodman's Goodman's one of his top run picks to see. He wants to see it go around 10 to 12. And like I said, that one is looking good, that LIPO. There was another lapella or something. I know we were looking at something like that. Oh, you know what? Maybe we were, and it split November 8th. I don't know. This one did split November 8th. I don't remember. I remember it was on on the Joey Jumper list for a little while there. So anyway, who cares? LIPO, this one is looking good. I'm telling you, I would expect it to run up. You said how high? 10 to 12. I would rather get to like 450 and get through 420 right there, and then we'll see what it does. I'm not saying it won't, but I'm just saying I like to take the baby steps first and see what it really wants to do there. So yeah, get it past like 420, and then it could easily get cruising after that. But you got to get past that. The 200's right there at like 413. So get past that area, and you might have a shot to really get cruising there. So there you go, Soul on that Sal on that one. And let's keep on cruising down here. Boom. Let's see what else we're looking at. GWAV for early retirement. Let's see what that's doing right now. GWAV. That's at Greenwave Technologies. I remember we looked at this for a little while, and it is trying to curl up. Let's see. GWAV. Let's see what it's doing here. It's just flat. The MACD lines are running together and it's just kind of bouncing around. It is over to 20, not really showing me anything too crazy there. I'd have to look at it tomorrow. Like I said, it did try to curl up and then it just flattened out. So even if it popped up, it's one of them ones that like you just can't really tell. We can look at it tomorrow and see what it really wants to do there. Let's see, AKAN for early retirement. Let's see what that one's up to. AKAN. Aconda Corp. I think we looked at this. We definitely looked at it before. This one is setting up. You see the that 20 and 50 are meeting up there tomorrow. Check this out tomorrow. It ran 173 to 176. It's at 164. Not looking bad for AKAN. This could get popped up there right there. I mean, it's not sitting on it, but it could get popped up there. So keep an eye on it. LAZR. Let's look at that. Luis Rodriguez. LAZR. Oh, LAZR. Let's see. I like that too. That's looking good to get moving some more. LAZR. I always thought this one, I think I say it all the time, was a aerospace and defense. It's an auto part company. It was up $1.82 today. It went 689 to 915. It's at 895. And looks like it wants to get up to that 960 area and probably blast through it. So I would agree with that. And Adobe, let's look at Adobe here and see what that's doing. We were looking at it before. It was trying to get set up. It just never could do it. And that's why I just kind of stopped looking at it because it wasn't getting moving yet. And it did take a nice dip. Maybe Friday was at bottom at 425.32. Today it got down to 427. And it doesn't look, it looks much better off of that dip. I'm not going to lie, Luis Rodriguez. So that's why you do have to be patient with these bad boys. And yeah, because I think Adobe has a shot right there. And EYEN, I think we do have another shot right there to run laptop travel. And that PGHL, I don't think that's ready yet. Let me take a look. We were looking at all these bad boys. I'm just taking a scroll down to see what else is going on here. KULR, just something. Hold on. Just DUI trade, something. Anyway, KULR, let's look at it right here. KULR, and let me type it in right. Because that one was run up the other day and it was pulling back. I know we looked at it the other day after it had run up. And I said, let it pull back and we'll see if it gets to the MACD line. And it is. It's hitting there now. And Friday could be its bottom. So I'll take a look at that tomorrow. That could roll off the MACD right there, KULR. It's not looking too bad, I'll be honest with you. So yeah, we can definitely look at that tomorrow. LAC. That one, let's look at it. That's at Lithium Americas Corp. We were looking at this down there, and I was saying some of these industrial metals and mining companies were getting set up, and this was one that we were talking about, LAC. It went 320 to 350, and it does look like it wants to run up there to the 360s, so keep an eye on that because it is looking good. We were looking at it last week. I was talking about that one, Drewski, so I hope you jumped in that one. It's up for you. That's CPHI. We definitely definitely did that one. It was run up today. I know a few people were all about that one and got some good messages. That was up. It looks like it's about to get into the top and run some more, Paul. So keep an eye on it and see if it gets into the top tomorrow. And I think we got all them. I'm just kind of scrolling down to see. Maximus wants to see Google and ABNB. Let's see what they're up to. Let me look at that. Well, Google will definitely do, but Airbnb, let me look at that one and tell you what Airbnb is doing. And Airbnb looks like it's trying to set up here really well. So watch for any dips down to the 130 area. It's at 135 ABNB. But yeah, it looks like it's trying to get set up right there, Airbnb. So like I said, watch for any dips and maybe it'll catch it at a better price, but it is going to get rolling right there. We'll look at Google for you. Let me just keep on cruising right now. MS has a bunch right here. Let me look. Let's see right here. SBUX. Let's look at a couple of these bad boys real quick. SBUX. Oh, Starbucks. We looked at that not long ago. It was down. I remember its bottom was 86.30. It's at 93.14, and it's going to keep cruising. Should get up into the 96 area, SBUX. So that is Starbucks right there. That's looking pretty decent to continue up. CART, that is, let's see, Maple Bear. What is a Maple Bear doing right now? CART. Let's see. Maple Bear, Maple Bear. What are you up to? It's setting up. I just think it's going to have to pull back a hair, but it's definitely setting up. I like it. I'm going to look at CART tomorrow. I'll write that one down. I like that look. It's just got a weird look and it's trying to do something. Chewy will go over. JEF. Let's look at that one. And that's Jeffrey's Financial Group. And that's curling up really good, I would say. JEF. So keep an eye on that. Just crossed through 81.70 to 82.68. It's at 82.22, and that's looking good for JEF. So keep an eye on that. It could run right up to that $84 area and hit that resistance. And how about BX, Blackstone? And this one's down to 174, but curling up, it's going to run right off of that support line right there. And it is looking pretty decent. 176.53 to 178.88. And it's at 177 and looking good. Has to get over that 180 area, and it's going to be cruising for BX. And it should get moving up there into the 190s, I would assume, plus get past that once it goes past that 180. So there you go. MS right there. And that's Barack, I don't even know. I'm not even going to butcher her name. Barack Sanders, something. Anyway, here we go. PBY, I think we looked at that one. PBYI, we did. That's at Puma Technology. Look at that in the morning. Could be running like a Puma. Trayman, CMG. Let's see what that's up to right here. CMG is Chipotle. Oh, that's a nice dip, huh? I didn't even notice that today. CMG, Chipotle's down real good. So let me keep an eye on Chipotle right there and see if that's going to bounce. It should try to bounce off that bottom line right there. So CMG, I'll keep an eye on that one for sure. There you go. I like that, Trayman. And let's see what else is going on here. I'm going to scroll through and see what else is going on. Oh, I hope Tara Lynn, I didn't even see that an hour ago. I hope she knows that the live show is on X. And I'm just kind of cruising through and looking. ARBE, IONQ. Let me look at them too. I figured out, I don't know why I didn't think about this before, but I decided to actually be smart and put Twitter, my page up on the computer screen so I can see instead of trying to scroll through my phone while I'm trying to talk on it and do 100 things. And I'll tell you what, it's working out way easier. I have to say, it's like 100 times easier. I think I miss half the stuff because I'm trying to scroll through my phone and it just gets all jumbled up. And now I can just kind of scroll through and easily see it. So definitely going to do it like this for now on, for sure. IONQ, this thing keeps running up, huh? Ran up today, and it looks like it wants to continue its way up tomorrow. I'd keep an eye on. I mean, if it pulls back, it's coming down to 43. It's at 51, and it's solid. I mean, it looks like it should run up tomorrow and then pull back. So Keep an eye on that one. I think that will get moving there. And how about ARBE? Let's look at that one. What did I just do? Well, hold on. ARBE, here we go. ARBE. That's a robot. Oh yeah, this one. Didn't they just talk about? Someone was just talking about this today. I think they have something going on with one of the big companies. I forget, but anyway, ARBE. This one is shot up today, and honestly, I would look at it for a little momentum play, if anything, tomorrow morning. $3 to 5.30. It's at 4.30. It's in the top, and it could continue to stay up there. So, Adam, take a look at that in the morning. You'll know if it's running. Obviously, it's at 4:30. If it starts cruising, you know it's going to be staying up in that top and running, and it'll be a fast momentum play right there. MSTR will definitely go through that one for sure. And let's see what else is going on here. Just trying to find we did all them bad boys, XTIA and them guys, LIPO. Boom, boom. I think I got everything there that I scrolled down to see. Let me see if I missed anything up here. And yeah, it's way easier doing this, I must say. Let's just take a look. B hat Scott took a quick 15% on that today and made up on. Oh wait, he was talking about something different to make up for B hat right there. Him and Laptop Travel were talking right there. So I think I got everybody right there. I believe, anyways. I'll come back to it and see what else is going on. Let's go ahead and look at our big caps and our crypto. I'll look at crypto real quick and see what's happening there. Let's go ahead and see what crypto looks like. I know Bitcoin was up. It was at 102,000. It's at 101 right now. So it's at 101,652. Let's see what the chart looks like for us, though. Here we go. Let's see. It is. It's still way over that 50 and not looking bad. It doesn't look like it's trying to pull back. Let's say that. Still looks good right there. Ethereum's at 3,679. And let me see. That one's up over the 50 as well. Looking good for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And let's take a look at Ripple's at 240. It's down just a penny, but let me see. And that one's way up there. The 20 or the 20, the 50's coming up. It's making a base right here. So Ripple's good. It's going to get ripping again. Solana's at 217. Let's see what that's up to. And that jumped back up to the 50 right there. And the 50 is going to come back under it. And then that's going to get cruising. I doubt it is going to push it down tonight, to be honest. It would probably have to push it down tonight if it's going to, and it doesn't look like it's going to. So that looks good. Cardano's at 108. Let's see what that looks like. And yeah, that one's way over to 22, making a base, so that's good to go. And let's look at Doge at 39 right here, see what that's up to. Good old Doge. And oh man, that's sitting on that 50, just looking beautiful. That's going to start curling up. Keep your eye on Doge, guys, because Doge wants to get cruising again off of that 39-cent area. It's looking good. Chainlink's at 23. Sheeb's down a hair. Let's look at Bonk real quick and see what that's doing. BONK. That was kind of down the other day. Let's see. Yeah, it's building a base. The 50's coming down for it. Let it build its base up, and then Bonk will get running again. And we'll look at WIF, even though it's not Laptop Travel's wife's pet rock anymore. We'll just look at it, and it is building a base right there under the 200. So we'll keep an eye on that. It may be down there just chilling at 206. So there you go with our crypto report, and they're not looking bad at all. So that's always nice to see. And then let's go ahead and see what our big caps and everybody are doing. And then I'll take a look and see what you guys want to look at. And I'll go through stock twits and everything else. So here we go. Let's take a look and see what our big caps. Our SPY was up 341. It was up in the after hours. It looks like it's just curling up and getting crazy. I can't imagine it curling up like this in that channel and then popping down tomorrow. So I don't think it's going to. It looks pretty solid to me to try to get running some more. So that's what we're looking at for tomorrow morning. You know, we'll be on at 7 a.m. to dissect and see what it's up to. But that's what it looks like at the moment. Apple AAPL, that one's been pulling back. Again, they had a lawsuit and they had to discount their iPhones in China, but it's curling up. I think Friday was that bottom right there at 241. So keep your eye on Apple because this one could get curled back up and cruising again. Amazon AMZN up 342. It was down. They crossed down. Now it's curling back up. It's not crossed up, curling up, but looking good. So keep an eye on Amazon. Let me just look at it on mine. Yeah, it's up over to 20 right there, and it's curling up. It's going to get cruising. Google's curling up really hardcore, and it's looking really good right now at that 198 area. It's going to get back to that 200 and get cruising. So that is Google looking good. And how about Meta, META? I told you Zuck had something going on. Dude's hiring Dana, what's his name? Why can't I think of it? Dana White. He's hired. He just put him on the board. I told you he had something going on, and boom, this thing's getting cruising, guys. So keep your eye on Meta. It was up over $25 today, and announcing some big wigs onto his board, and it's about to cross up and get. I told you it was going over 600 and just flying. So there you go at Meta. We were on the money with that. MSFT. Microsoft is cruising back up. It looks like it wants to curl back up and get moving, so keep an eye on that. Good old Nvidia, you know what that was doing today. That was running up. It's actually hitting some resistance up here at that 152 area, 151. It got to 152. And it does look like it's about to hit the top, so we'll have to see if it continues to cruise through. I'm pretty sure isn't um aren't they talking at the CES possibly like tomorrow or Wednesday? So it's going to be an interesting one right there. And yeah, literally, Laptop Travel just posted 28 seconds ago. NVIDIA's CEO speaking at Las Vegas CES. Watch it. When is that? When is that Laptop Travel? Is that tomorrow or is that today? I don't even know when it is, but it is sometime pretty soon, I bet. And so yeah, we'll figure out when that is. So I'll keep you posted. Laptop Travel will probably post something about that. So yeah, he's speaking at the CES. Oh wait, I think they're probably doing it now because NVIDIA launches Cosmos World Foundation model platform to accelerate physical AI development. That just happened at 10:41, and you got to remember Vegas time. So yeah, I think they're NVIDIA just launched AI foundation models for RTX AI PCs, and CEO unveils more powerful graphics cards at CES event. So he's just speaking now. This thing's going to get rocking and rolling, guys. So there you go. Like I said, it's hitting that top line. Should try to get flying through it, is what it looks like. So there you go with NVIDIA. And again, I told you guys the other day it was my favorite one. It was set up. It was ready to rock and roll. And I loaded up on it. I know they're way up too. So that's way up and looking good. NVIDIA, NVDA, and good old Tesla. That thing went up a little bit today, and then it came pulling back. Like I was saying, I'm not so sure it's ready to run. It hit that resistance at the 20. It could be the bottom at 373 the other day, but it just didn't look too healthy yet. So just keep your eye on it, Tesla. It was looking hot this morning, but it kind of cooled off as the day went on. AMC is looking a little better. It was up 4 cents today. It is trying to curl up here and looking real good. So keep your eye on AMC. Like I said, something's going on right here. I don't know what the heck they're up to, but they have something happening and it's going to be good. So keep your eye on that. GameStop was up $1.17, and we know that's curling up, getting cruising. So keep your eye on GameStop and Chewy, CHWY. The three meme ones that Kitty, whatever, can't think of, Roaring Kitty likes. This was up another dollar today to 37, up over the resistance line right there, and it looks like it could just get cruising. So keep your eye on it. It's at 36.34 is what it says here. And like I said, it got way up there to 37, and it's about to hit that top line there for CHWY. So there you go with that bad boy. And let's cruise through the rest of them. Good old Netflix. Let's look at it real quick. It was up a little bit, but I think it's still pulling back, and let it come back down to that 860 area. It's at 881 right now. So I would watch for Netflix to try to pull back a little bit more. It doesn't look quite ready just yet. AVGO, this thing looks like it could be getting ready to get cruising again. It's trying to curl up. If it makes that hard curl up like it looks like it wants to, it's going to get flying. It's going to go right through that 260 and just keep on going. So keep your eye on AVGO. MU went up $10. I told you guys this one was bouncing off that bottom line, and it sure did today. So that one's cruising 91.52 to 101.52. It's at 105 cents right there. So keep your eye on MU to continue going up. TSM was breaking its records today. It was over 220, and that's its all-time high, and it's getting into the top. We knew that was set up right there, and that's getting cruising. And SMCI, this one actually looked good and started to move up. Remember last night we said it was starting to look good finally. It was up over $3 today, and SMCI is looking good to cross up and keep going. And what I tell you is last week or a week ago or 2 weeks ago, semiconductors were setting up, right? AMD's up over 418. I told you I loved that one. It was looking great. You could tell it was going to bounce, and that one's up real nice today. Should continue to try to run up to that 136 area. So there you go at AMD. And PayPal, this one was actually up again today, and this one looks like it wants to get really cruising. So keep your eye on PayPal. I don't know what they have going on. And Snow, this one was falling down, and just like some snow in New Jersey, it just kind of flattened out. I think that bottom is going to be that 153 area. It's at 163. So we'll have to see if it wants to get curled up better tomorrow. I'll have to take a look at it and see, but it does look like it's trying to set back up, so we'll keep an eye on that Snow. And QCOM was up $2. It jumped up over that today. I know that. QCOM, Qualcomm, 158 to 165. It closed at 160, and that's looking good and setting up really nice, and that's a semiconductor one. ARM up $6. Remember we said it looked really, really good? Well, it popped up there. That arm was strong today, and it looks like it's going to continue to move. So it's moving better than QCOM that beat them in the lawsuit. INTC, this was down a little bit. I'm telling you what, it's getting set up to just pop, guys. I may be looking at this one tomorrow. It looks like it's about to go wild. So keep your eye on it and watch for a little dip action too on INTC. So keep your eye on it for that, and we'll look at it in the morning. Disney, this one was trying to set back up. It's just sitting right in between this channel. Let it just make a base down here and get set back up, and then we will take a look at it. Disney, it looked like it was trying to set back up today. I think the bottom could be that 109, but we still have to look to see if it comes down to 108 to the 50. So we'll look at Disney. Oxy, this one was up a little bit today, and it's just slowly going up, but we knew where that bottom was at like 45 area. And XOM, good on Exxon Mobil, that one's a little flat. It was just down a little bit today, nothing crazy, and it looks like it wants to try to get over this 20 at 108 and get cruising. So keep your eye on Exxon Mobil. And Mara, let's look at MARA. This was up 91 cents, and it's getting cruising. And Riot was up some more, and I'm telling you, Riot's been really, really bullish lately. It's about to cross through and run up back to that 14, it looks like. So keep your eye on Riot, RIOT. Looking good right there. And let's take a look at my buddy right now, MicroStrategy, MSTR, up like $39 today. It looks like it wants to get wild tomorrow, and it looks like it just wants to crawl through and get crazy. I'm super excited because, like I said, they were up over $2,000 per option today, and and it looks like it wants to go to 450 with no problem. So I can only imagine what it's going to be doing. I'm excited. I can tell you that right now. And that is MSTR, good old micro strategy. And like I said, I just been kind of experimenting, but now I kind of see what we need to do to maximize our profits and gains here and which ones to really get into. And it's just the beginning of January. We're gonna have one hell of a year. I can promise you that. It's gonna be insane. So just get ready for it and be prepared to have a lot of fun. So we're just in the beginning stages. I'm telling you, CLSK Clean Spark up 63 cents, and that's trying to curl through. A lot of these are hitting that line. If they cross through, they're going to get cruising. Coinbase, another one. This one's great. We should keep an eye on this. 287. That bottom was down here at 246. And this one's about to see 300 plus with no problem right there. So that's Coinbase, COIN. And DJT is about to get rocking and rolling, guys. I thought so. And we're about 2 weeks away from him taking office. And it's about to curl up and get cruising. So keep your eye on DJT because it's looking good. And how about PHUN? Good old fun. Looks like it's about to get fun again. And we've been saying that, and it just keeps going cruising up a little bit. 545 to 629. It's at 580 and looking fun. So PHUN, keep your eye on it. And good old MTN, Mountain Valley Resorts. This one should be bouncing back. Friday should be its bottom there. And a lot of the mountains out in Colorado got blasted. This thing's setting up really, really good, guys. So this one's another great one that's going to set up and run. Good old McDonald's MCD was down. I mean, I can't believe this thing was down today. It looked perfect yesterday. And hey, it's just bouncing. It's just hit the line and went flat. It's going to cross through and get cruising, guys. So keep your eye on it. I'm probably not going to play it, but it looks pretty good right there. It just hit the line, like I said, went flat, but it should get curled through relatively soon. And that is MCD McDonald's. Boeing was up somehow. I don't even know how, but it looks like it wants to hit that 20 and curl back up. I'm not sure why or how, but it is. Maybe because it's Boeing and it's aerospace and defense, and they just keep it going. Space, speaking of aerospace, SPCE, this one is setting up. It curled through, and it does look good, guys. It's just taking its time, but it is going to get moving. So keep an eye on that space, SPCE. And, oh, shoot. You're right. Laptop travel. Thank you. When did I cut out there? Sorry. You're right. I hit the mute button. Glad laptop travel just sent me a text message because I was just cruising around. I lost me at Meta. Thank you very much. I'll go right back on through them. I was just cruising along, and thank you, laptop travel. I saw a couple messages just pop up and I was about to look at them. Everything's good. Perfect. Yeah, I definitely hit the mute button. I just looked down and it was definitely. So let me go through Meta and I'll rock and roll through them again. No problem. Thank you, Laptop Travel, for catching that. Appreciate it. And so, yeah, we should be good. All right, Meta. Here we go. Meta. Like I said, Zuck was going crazy. He hired Dana White. He's on the board again, or not again. He's on the board, and Zuck has crazy stuff going on. We knew it was looking great. Microsoft, this one's curling back up, looking really good today. It was up 450, so that looks real nice. And NVIDIA, like I was saying, this thing was a beast. I was talking about it before, and I told you I liked it a lot, and it should get rolling. And then yeah, you did say it was silent there. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys all saying that it wasn't working. And but yeah, so my NVIDIA, I was actually saying because I looked, their CEO has been talking over there at the CES. He just unveiled a new powerful graphic card at the CES. They launched an AI foundation model for RTX AI PCs. They have all kinds of stuff they're rolling out right here. So keep an eye on the video tomorrow. It's hitting that top, and it should just roll right through it, I would assume. It looks like it's really good. And let's see, Joseph J just said what? Jensen just told us where to invest next. Robotics and auto. Yeah, I agree. The auto vehicles ones, the anonymous vehicles. I totally agree. We knew the robotics were getting hot, like RR and some of them. So I 110% agree on that, Joseph J. And yeah, we're going to be dissecting them bad boys as well. But yeah, perfect. I mean, the video should be rolling tomorrow. So, we will keep an eye on that. It should break right through that resistance right there, basically hitting it at 150 something. It hit it at like 152 today. So should get over 152 and then it's going to hit 160 in the blink of an eye. And that is Nvidia and Tesla. This was down. It was like kind of down and up a little bit. It was running around. Let me tell you exactly what it did. Good old Tesla. It went 414 to 426, came down to 401 and closed at 410. So did close under an open and it could pull back a little bit as it gets set back up. So Tesla could pull back just a hair, not a big deal. AMC's looking good, up 4 cents, trying to curl up, should curl up tomorrow. It's hitting the line, looking real good. GameStop was up over $1. This one's curling off the MACD, trying to get up into the top. That's looking good. And CHWY, that one jumped up over $1. It's sitting right there on the resistance, trying to make it a support and could pop up into the top. And it's setting up super bullish. So all them Roaring Kitty, them three meme ones are looking really good right there. Netflix looks like it's going to pull back a little bit. Could come back down into the 160s right there. So let's watch Netflix try to pull back. AVGO, I told you guys, semiconductors, right? We're getting hot. I said it about a week or two ago, probably two and a week ago. And yeah, this thing, AVGO is looking like it wants to make that hard curl up tomorrow and get cruising back up. It looks like it does that. It's getting through 260 and going to keep on going. So AVGO is looking real good. MU ran up almost $10, if not over $10 today. That one was looking good to bounce. We were talking about it bouncing up, and it did exactly that. TSM, that was breaking all-time high records today. It broke its all-time high. It was up 1140 over 220 today. So that thing's running, and it's going to get up to the top. So that's a beast we were talking about. SMCI looks like it's trying to curl back up. We were looking at it last night. It did look better finally, and it went up over $3 today. And AMD, another one I really liked. I told you guys it was up over $4, and it should continue to try to run up here to that 137. It's at like 130 right there. So that's AMD. Semiconductors are looking great. PayPal's trying to curl back up. It's trying to get cruising, guys. It was up $1.93. It should get rolling right back up to that 95 area without even trying. Snow is just kind of sitting flat right there. You couldn't tell if it wants to pull back. It's hitting the 20. I'm going to have to look at Snow tomorrow just to take a better look, see what it actually wants to do right there. QCOM, this was up $2. It was up a little bit more. It was trying to get cruising. It did go from like 158 to 165. It's at 160. It is looking good. And ARM, the one that they beat, that one ran up over $6 today. We were talking about it looking really good. And ARM just ran way up today and looks pretty decent right there. And INTC, we're going to definitely keep an eye on this because it looks like it could pull back for a dip and rip situation. So keep your eye on Intel because I like it for a little dip and rip. And Disney, just watch it set up. It may pull back a little bit. Nothing terrible, but just watch it set up. I'll let you know. Oxy ran up a little bit today, and it's just slowly but surely moving up. And ExxonMobil was going up a little bit, and it looks like it closed maybe down today. But again, it's just kind of bouncing around there, 108.09 to 109.78. It did close at 107, so closed under the 20. We'll look at it and see, but it should be fine. ExxonMobil and Mara, that one looked good today. It was cruising on up 91 cents, and it does look good. It's making that hard curl up. It should get right through that MACD as it hits it. Probably hit it tomorrow and try to cross through it on Wednesday-ish, so we'll take a look. Riot jumped up. That one's been bullish. Should get up to like that 14 area with no problem. It's at 1289, so that is looking good. And my good old friend MSTR Micro Strategy here up $39. And this thing's curling up. It's at 379. It looks like it wants to go to 450. And like I was saying, these things are up like $2,000 a piece, these options. I can't imagine when it gets to 450 what it's going to look like. So it should curl right through tomorrow. And I'm pretty excited about that one. So let's see what happens. And let's go Micro Strategy. And again, it's just the beginning. We're going to be crushing this market as a whole show. I'm telling you, it's just the beginning of January, and we're just going to be destroying it. You guys could see what was going on towards the end of 2024. It started getting really, really good, and I told you it would be even getting better. So it will. I promise you. We'll be pointing out exactly what's popping, and everybody's going to be rocking and rolling. It seems like a lot of people are hopping in them now. So I know a lot of you's got into that XTIA, and that one, phew, that's a beauty right there. Joseph J loved that one. I'm telling you, a lot of people. I think I got more messages for XTIA than any other popper, and I loved it. So keep them coming and keep on hitting them. So there you go. And like I said, it's just the beginning. So CLSK, this is curling up, looking really good. If that crosses through, it's going to run right through that 12 and keep going. Coin, this one looks amazing. It was up $17, and this thing should get right through 300. It's at 287. So COIN looking great, and DJT is looking awesome right now. Up at $1.55, should get curled up, looking incredible. So DJT curling up, looking good, and just in time for him to take office. So there you go. And good old fun. That's up today and looking fun. So that should keep going up and continue to stay fun. And MTN, good old Val Resorts, this one's getting curled back up. A ton of them mountains in Colorado and all over the place got dumped on, obviously. So that's always a good sign. But it is setting up. I think Friday was its bottom over here. And MTN should be getting set up. I think that 173 area, it's at 182 now. So 173 is probably its bottom. And MTN is going to get set up. McDonald's, I was surprised to see it was down today. It was looking pretty damn good. And but it will get crossed through and get running. I probably won't play it, but that is McDonald's. And Boeing somehow was up, and I'm not sure how. It is looking like it wants to pull back, and I guess they just keep it up because it's aerospace and defense, and it's Boeing. So there you go with that. And space, aerospace and defense, SPCE was down a little bit, but this bad boy is setting up, and it is going to get cruising, guys. You can see it's setting up bullish right there. And good old Rivian, RIVN in the 15s, pulling back a little bit. It tried to get into the top. I almost have a feeling it's going to try to bounce back up there. So keep an eye on Rivian. We'll see if it tries to bounce back up. And PLTR took a nice dip today. But again, it's still on that 20. It looks like it wants to pull back hard. Be careful. I wouldn't play with it. I wouldn't mess with it. I'm not. I can tell you that right now. So I know it looks so good to try to short because it's been running up like that. I'm not messing with it. I can tell you that. Sophie was up. That one hit the hard line. It's curling back up, looking good. And looks like it wants to try to run back up again. And that's SOFI. And Dell was looking real good, up 475. I think they had some pretty good news today or something. I'm not sure. AMD reveals the next generation AI PC chips and gets Dell endorsement. So AMD, I think, and Dell are like working together or something. I'm not even sure. They're all probably going to be working together at some point with these chips and all that AI stuff. So anyway, Dell looking real good. And I was saying it was setting up. I think I was obviously a little bit early on it when they took that little pullback. But there you go for Dell. And Nike was getting set up, but it was down today. And I think that's going to be your dip and rip. See if it's going to pull into that basement. If it is, Nike's going to be a great opportunity. And DXYZ, this one was just kind of jumping around today. I think it's just setting up. So you might have a nice dip opportunity on that. And IBM up 2 cents. And like I said yesterday, this thing is getting set up. They do have earnings coming up on January 29th, but IBM is looking pretty good right there. So it's in between that channel, which is 220 to 225 right there. So keep an eye on it because it's going to set up and get cruising. Good old IBM. And there you go. I think that just about nailed it. And I think I did the big caps twice, but it's all good. I'm glad that you guys told me that it cut out. I had no idea. I'm just sitting here cruising along, looking at charts, and thank you very much. Let me make sure I got everything, and let's see. Let me reload that page and just see. I think I did get everything right there. And boom, boom. Jensen told us about the thing. I said that. Um, and then everyone told me it went silent. Thank you very much. Laptop Travel did the live session. I'm going to repost out the the um the list because he did it in green. You can see that green highlights. Thank you very much for that. And it did say I was muted, I think, and you guys couldn't hear. Thank you very much. Appreciate you all yelling at me, trying to tell me. And let's see. Yeah, CEO is speaking tonight. So thank you for telling me that for NVIDIA. Looks like everything. Oh, here's one I missed. The TSM earnings date is 116, so that's going to be coming up. Luis Rodriguez, and yeah, that just hit their all-time highs. That thing looked great. Let me see. Oh, LPCN. Is that the other one that we were looking at? LPCN. Something that, yeah, that was one of them. And there was even another one that was on that on the Joey's jumpers that was something just like that too, like that lapella. So I thought it was like lapella. I forget what the hell it was. Oh well. No big deal. I'll look back and see real quick because it was just something like that and it was running. Anyway, no big deal. TAOP, Hulk Investments. Let's see what TAOP's up to. Haven't looked at that one in a long time. TAOP. Let's see. I don't even know how to say it. It's like Teoping or something like that. It's a China infrastructure company, and this thing looks like it's about to get rolling. That 20 and 50 are meeting up right there, and it does look like it's going to pop. So keep your eyes on that one, guys. TAOP. That looks really good. Hulk Investments. Let me see. I think we got all that because we did LAC. And we looked at that. It was looking pretty good there. NYQ, CPHI, I think we got all them guys. So there we go. I think I got everything. Let me jump over and see what's going on stock twits real quick. I'll tell you what the stories are. Asian stocks gain on tech strength. Yen pairs drop. Trudeau resignation opens door to Trump going easy on Canada tariffs. How great is that? The dude resigned. It's hilarious. That whole woke agenda just got smashed, and I love it. Stock futures are a little changed after S&P 500 post second straight winning day. S&P 500, Nasdaq, and higher, driven by tech stocks. And there you go. Let's look at stock twits and see what's trending over here. Let's take a look. NVIDIA, Fubu, Meta, ASM's a coin, NVAX. We looked at Jennifer Lee like that one. NVAX, like I said, you know that's running up tomorrow morning, guys. That's a beautiful momentum play. I can tell you that now. DJT, ENVX. I think, didn't we look at that? ENVX, ENVX. Maybe not, but that one's a little strange. It looks like it wants to run way up. It might have ran up in the after hours. Hold on. 1274 to 1379 is at 1361. Yeah, looks like it's going to run up into the top there. BABA, that BABA, that one's been down. That one's getting set up as well. It looks like BABA. It's been down quite a bit here. It ran today 84.89 to 88.20. It's at 85.62. It is trying to get set up there. So keep your eye on that. BABA. Disney's just flat. And SUKU is a coin. So there you go with them bad boys. And let's see what else is happening. I think that's everything. Let me see. I got all the messages right there. So I think we got everything. And I even did the big caps twice. I did it once on mute and did it again. So there you go. I'll post the videos. Actually, I have the videos already. They were just downloading, uploading, and all that good stuff. So it takes forever to do all that dumb stuff. And I'll upload all them. You can see it all and see me go through everything. They'll be up to date. And there you go. So we'll be on at 7 a.m. We'll do our Jolie's jumpers and our laptop lowdowns. Check out our market and see what's going to be popping for tomorrow. tomorrow. How about that XTIA? Where is it? Let's see. XTIA finished up where at it? Like 16 cents, I bet. Yup, 16 cents there. What a beautiful hit right there. So there you go. We'll pick up tomorrow where we left off on XTIA, and we'll find the next 200% popper. So there you go, everybody. Greatly appreciate you guys hanging out. And like I said, I'll be back at 7 a.m. to do our pre-market. So thank you, Laptop Travel, Winter, Mute, MS, Luis Rodriguez, Joseph J, Elena, Jennifer Lee. How are you? Small Cap Game Changer. And Hulk Investments is there. Bong Free Chan, Doge Mama 9, Sherry, Eagle AI. I love farming. Sinai, Stealth Trading, Buddy, Paul, Jose, Satish, Scott, Sean, Tony 90, Big Dog, and Alicia, and everybody else that was hanging out. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you to all the new people checking us out. We have a great community here. Everybody's awesome. I talk to everybody. If you ever have a question, shoot me a DM. You know I answer everybody, or post a comment. If you don't see me answer it, just shoot me a DM. I missed it if I don't answer it. And yeah, we do 2 shows, 7 a.m., 9 p.m., pre-market and late night, and we cover the entire market. We pick out all the poppers, and like I was saying earlier, you don't want to try to trade too many. Just stick to a real easy game plan. Pick the ones that you like. You don't have to go crazy trading a bunch. Don't overtrade. It's one of the biggest mistakes. I'm telling you. You stretch yourself too thin. Take the charts that you're confident in with and that you love, and rock and roll and trade them smart. And I promise you, you'll do fine. So there you go. Any questions, you let us know. And thank you, everybody. Have a great night. I'll catch you guys at 7 a.m. So have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the morning.